I'm comfortable not being in the conversation just because the things that we are building individually and collectively are so far ahead in so many ways. Not saying that we are the most unique, but we are indeed unique in the sense that we stay focused on the craft and always bettering the quality of the craft we put out. So much so that, somebody like you who's always been a geek, who's always been into, technology outside of just the music industry alone, and creating music. Now you're an NFT artist, and then boom, and like all of that is like so far ahead so many people's conception of what artistry can possibly be, and even what being an artist in the music industry can possibly be.
When I look at my path, I know I've been ahead, but I also know that I never did anything like everybody else. I know it. Today, people are releasing a single with a music video, and they try to go perform for 3, 4, 5 months. Then they release another one, and yeah, I release a single every week. So I'm not doing it the same way as everybody, as always. Everybody's seeing me blowing up on TikTok. They're all surprised. I'm not.
So bring context to that, because I think not everybody knows that you had one of the top charting and trending songs on TikTok.
Oh, number one trending song on TikTok.
Number one trending song.
Something going on.
A song that came out 10 plus years ago or something?
2006.
Yeah, here you go.
He's now trending on TikTok. It has now surpassed French numbers and US numbers in Brazil. Something like 10 million views in Brazil. We're talking about 40 million views a day. I think today I arrived to 45 million views, and I reach 1 billion TikTok views.
1
for this song.
1 billion.
1 billion.
Views.
1.1 billion TikTok views.
No.
Billions.
1.1
billions.
Numbers. 1.1 billion views on TikTok. I doubt you would get that kind of number on Instagram or Snapchat.
I was looking at the numbers, actually, because on YouTube now you have new analytics.
You see where I'm slightly getting into the politics now. Hey.
Yeah. So you have like
provoking.
Your TikTok audience now. You can see it on YouTube, and from what I saw, I don't know where I'm trying to remember where it was, but I have if I count just this month on YouTube, right? The same song made 5 million views, but he also made on Shorts, which is YouTube copy of TikTok, he made 5 plus 3, 8 plus 1, 9, 10 million views from a song that you released in 2006. You made a video in 2007 in Brazil that you released around 2008. That you have performed for 15 years, and all of a sudden.
But it's been trending, right? The song has been trending for about 2 years already, or something, right?
For 1 year, it's been trending for 1 year.
1 year. So you see.
So once again,
interesting growth.
Listen, once again, far ahead of the pack when it comes to our music. The rest of them, yeah, they dream of those numbers, right? And I'm not gonna tell you that, yeah, it's me, it's because I'm the best. No, it's just that, look.
Well, but you're one of the best at doing it. I mean, that's the thing. The bottom line is not even talking about it. Just, I think at a certain point, humility is great, but we've got to acknowledge, you got to call a cat a cat, and you've been.
But I understand what you say, but all I know is that it's me again. It's me again.
So you just said is even more cocky than what you were about to say. It's me again, bitches.
I arrived in Zouk Music and destroyed everything with my first album. Then everybody thought it was over. With my third album, I re-slapped the Zouk industry plus the Kizomba industry, just shake things up there, plus the African music. It was just me and premier gars où me and Magic System on the top of the game. It was just us. And then it was all coupé décalé. Everybody was most people were rocking in Africa and a little bit of in France. I was worldwide from the get-go. It's because it was by design. It was not a mistake. It was because that's the way I think.
Yeah.
And the problem of most people is that they think local. So because they think local, when they do their local awards, they know we're here because they invite us. But yeah, somehow they don't. I believe that the same way Missy Elliott at a point get a Trailblazer award for the symbol of their career and for what they did and that type of recognition. I believe that that's where we go. At a point, somebody will be like, yo, this is a big event. We got to invite these guys and we have to give them their flowers because we know. And, it is also a choice. Be put in, decide for yourself that you're going to go out of the trail. And not do what everybody's telling you to do, not go the commerce route that everybody's telling you to do, not follow the rules, not go inside of the radio. Listen, I went to Skyrock Radio, the infamous French radio, and Laurent Bounot was there already at that time.
When were you there?
97.
You're talking about 97. Okay, back in the days.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
EO already. Was it Ado FM at that point? No, I don't listen, one of those two. I think it was Skyrock already. They heard my tracks. They said, this is dope. We want to play it, but we want you to change the guitars. And before Sony, the guys at Sony would even open their mouth, was like, who the fuck you think you are to change my music? I'm out. I don't want to play here. And I met him probably 10 years after, when we were celebrating the album of Gleur de Zouk with Lincha and Sheila, and because we participated in the album, and I met him again, and he told me, I said, hey, how you been? No, you remember me? What? Of course I do. Who doesn't know Kaysha? Listen, bro, congratulations on everything you did. We are watching you. Listen, don't think that because people are not giving you your recognition,
they're not watching.
They're not watching you. No, every time I meet an executive from Universal, from Sony, from this, from that, an artist, big or small, Nigerian artist, Congolese artist, American artist, whatever. Somebody talked to me about, tell them I said hi. They said, hey, they know you, they hear you, they dance to you. They just don't acknowledge publicly. That's it.
Well, so this is the thing, and I think this is absolutely, I agree with you, and I think in reference to the initial point I was making, I think that it requires a certain amount of maturity, a certain amount of experience that will shape, and also sometimes talking with people who are peers and some of the eminence grise, right, that are never in the forefront of the spotlights, always behind, will tell you, it's like, look, keep doing what you're doing. Don't focus so much on that, and don't do what you're doing for that, which is an advice I was given very early on. And so I never done my music for that purpose. However, I've always worked for my music to go beyond just the limited reach of a certain niche. And I think that even though, yes, we are to be considered a niche, well, now we can clearly say, and we clearly have the proof that any major labels who come with these kind of conversations of like, well, this is that, they have now the proof that something that they actually sort of like looked at with a bit of disdain, or at least sometimes they're not even understanding where to fit it in. The mass has chosen, and you can say what you want about TikTok, but the simple fact that they took your song, something going on, and made it such a thing where
public, it's not them.
That's what I'm saying. The public, it's not them. Obviously, it's not them. They strategize every day on finding ways to make their songs hit, and you, an independent entrepreneur, with a song you've done 10 years ago, continuing to work your catalog, gotten to the point where, again, the powers of the social medias have a song off of your catalog that's being played 1.1 billion times, viewed.
Oh.
Women like Heidi Klum, famous international, model, and you name it, people with 16 million. I mean, everybody, man. Come on, it's amazing. And my point is, this is music that is called, in Sabam, Sabam is the equivalent of SCAP or BMI or SACEM. It's the
world music.
It's musique légère. You fit that in. It's fitting into the genre of musique légère. To this day, when you fill in your papers for your royalties and stuff and the splits, you have to specify the genre. It's either musique classique or musique légère or some other. But that's it. This is where my point is. It's not so much don't acknowledge necessarily us, but you are now forced to see that the people have chosen. They have chosen, and it's been going on, and so you can't really fight that progress and evolution that is there to stay.
The interesting conversation here is when they try to block you, then they abandon, then they join you, or they try to clone you. Soon as I arrived in the scene back in '98, they cloned me. Soon there was a producer called Joël Grégoire who produced the famous Sonia Dersion.
The famous who?
Sonia Dersion. She was a legendary artist and great producer. And then Bounce Baby came out. He did exactly the same formula, same rhythm, another sample, and he found a guy dressed hip hop like me, hat, knapsack in the back, everything. And he just did a clone. But the guy did one song. I think it was something for. Listen, I don't even know if he was releasing real English. I have no idea. But yeah, listen, that's an industry where people are here to make money. The people investing in that industry are here to make money. They're not here for the art. They use the art as a way to make money, as they use everything else. So for them, it's an investment. It has to bring money. If it brings money, they try to do 10 clones so they can do more money. That's it. And guys like me who are independent and who work hard to stay independent are a problem for these people. It's for them. It's too much. It's too much lack of control. And I'm a guy that is hard to control because everything I do, I learn, and then I don't need you anymore. So for all these people, yeah, I mean, the industry, you're a dangerous person. But listen, whenever I do an interview, whenever I do things, people I see that people have been following. So that's the interesting part. Is like people see you, people look at your post, they just don't comment. Whenever you talk to them, you realize that, oh, you know everything. So listen, I personally don't do music for the accolade. I really never cared about that because my only goal in life was my parents to be proud of me. So I achieved that, My kids are proud of me. So listen, everything else, I kind of don't care. I mean, I got nominated Best African Artist at the Cora Awards, which is the only award that mattered to me, because as an African artist, that mattered to me. I understand a lot of people are dreaming about American awards and English awards and French awards and performing in prestigious places. Me, I don't care. I never cared. I look at, when I look at the numbers, don't look at places. So somebody tell me, for your career to really have a meaning, somebody told me that you have to do a show at l'Olympia and it's a prestigious place in Paris, to have your name there with where ETH was, and I'm like, how many people go in there? Oh, 3,000. I was like, you know how many places with 3,000 people that did in Africa? Probably 100 places. Yeah, you know how many places in Africa did with 10,000 people?
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? People's perspective is what's going to be. Is going to be. I think people, not to cut you, but to add to what you're saying, is exactly very interesting to the point we're speaking on, is the fact that it is how people influence you, and sometimes time and experience will show you that, hey, you know what? Thank you for having projected these aspirations on me, but these aspirations are not necessarily mine. They are yours for me. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
No, thank you. What you mean, thank you?
No, but of course, why? Because this is the thing. No, hold on, Papa. Okay, let me develop my point. Because I must thank you for you. Huh? There you go.
It's your show.
No, but even if it's your show, you have to develop your point. Why I'm saying thank you. In a way, my thank you is kind of like, what the fuck are you talking about? But you know what? Sometimes, remember, I don't know if you recall, or actually you will recall, I was telling you, okay, that was years ago. I said, no, okay, come on, you gotta shut them down, man. Come on, we gotta do this show. We gotta do Kaysha live with a big man. Remember, I talked to you about this, and I remember you were patient with me because obviously of our relationship. But I could sense as I was talking to you that I was definitely getting on your last nerve. But you still were patient enough. Well, okay, come on. But it was indeed pissing you off because it's a
I had that conversation today again.
You had to repeat yourself. And when you exposed to me the actual exact point and you took me to the process, I was like, oh snap, he's absolutely right. And I took inspiration from that as well for myself to a certain point where it's like, okay, when I see, as you just said earlier, some people, some of my fellow DJs, doing this and that, whereas before I would feel a certain way, I would honestly feel like, this is why are they eating and I'm not eating. Whereas now, and not now, but for the past several years now, I feel so happy for them. And I really genuinely see that, this is amazing for the movement. Because again, I think but maybe it's as a way to protect myself or ourselves from dealing with the mental distress that can be brought upon you, because you sometimes, again, because of people around you, because of whatever expectations you may have, you start creating these big things that are unnecessary. And echoing your point,
anxiety,
and voila, you become anxious. You start creating this shit. It's not good. So it's like, hey, you know what? Do you, brother? And I will support. But or sister. But for that matter, it seems like even that seems to be a threat for some people. Now, it can't really be genuinely happy for me. But why would I not be?
The problem is the definition of what success is in the eye of the beholder. And a lot of people, whenever you have success, it is your definition of what success is, right? So listen, I have 2 kids. They have food in their mouth. They have a roof over their head. My wife has a roof over their head. She can eat morning, noon, and night. This could be for a person definition of success and the definition of happiness. Just like, I provide the bread, we're here, is this love? That could be the only thing I need. Some people, that's their definition of success. Some other people, their definition of success is just being able to release music commercially once and maybe pay the rent with it.
Mm-hmm.
For some people, that's their definition of success. For other people, it's performing to the masses. Wembley Stadium, this, that, places that matter. And my problem with people is not that their definition of success is different. They're mine. My problem with people is that when I'm living my success on my road, they leave their road.
Your own terms, yes.
On my terms. They leave their road, they come to mine, and they tell
you how to run your business, yeah.
Oh, if you want to reach success, you have to go there. And I'm like, wait a minute. Such and such did Stade de France. Such and such did Stade de France. I'm like, okay, how many people in Stade? Yeah, 80,000 people. And I'm like, okay, I need in my city, Kinshasa, my stadium, 80,000 people. Stade Léon Ondimam Bongo in Gabon, 100,000 people. I did the stadium in Brazzaville, 80,000 people.
I was there too. We did that.
We did that. I was in Canela Beach, Cap Verde, 70,000 people. I was in Festa Sumba in Angola, 110,000 people. I was here, and you can give me probably a third of the countries in Africa, and I can tell you where I was in this place, there was 100,000 people. And for you, because you don't respect Africa, and sometimes in yourself, you come to me and explain to me that, yeah, but if you do a good Stade de France, now people are gonna respect you. And I was like, so fuck their respect then. I don't care about their respect, because if I take my numbers, I did probably 10 times this stadium, but it's at home. And all you guys call yourself Pan-Africanist, but the only thing you care about is me performing in France in a place with 10,000 people, another with 3,000 people, and another with 20,000 people, and then the big one with 80,000 people. And yeah, now it's a real career. It shows that we are not in the same mental plane. We're not in the same dimension. I'm not there. Well, I had a conversation with some friends of 30 years, an hour ago, 2 hours ago. And they are talking to me about, we got a new license for this place in Paris. It takes like 1,500 to 1,000 people. We're gonna have the thing, and yeah, we want to go back and do some shows and bring the crew back together and do the things like the good old times. And I'm like, the hell, Nakaza, what up? It like, yeah, like the good old time. And I was like, guys, in 96, all of us were together, and I left you guys behind because I got frustrated of the fact that you guys were just not moving. And now, when 30 years ahead of you guys, you are here telling me that I have to come with you and let's do some shows at the whatever. And I was like, guys, listen, it's simple. You want me to leave my bed? You're gonna have to pay me. That's simple. And well, listen, you come out of a Louis Vuitton, buying a Christmas gift for your wife, and Some guys are telling you, you know, we have to make an effort, and you're gonna be like, whoa. I went on my road, my way. I'm doing things my way, and I trust myself. That's why I'm here. Because when it was just me, you know, listen. When we leave the radio station, right? We leave the radio station, and they tell me, Sony Music, they tell me, young men, you're not there yet. Your album is not out. You cannot make an enemy of this radio, this particular radio. Please go to the studio and change your guitars so that we can get in. Listen, in reality, they don't care about the guitars. They just want to take 10% of your copyright that they will share together for you changing your guitar. That's what's going on.
Yeah, it's a business.
So play the game. And my answer was, fuck everybody. And listen, I told everybody it's not happening. I'm not changing nothing. I'm not changing my mix. And if I'm not playing on this radio, and they were like, if you don't play in this radio, you will play nowhere in. And I was like, then in this case, so be it. We come back to the car. My manager and I come back to the car. We sit, and she tells me, is this your decision? And I'm like, yes. And she's like, do you assume your decision? And I'm like, yes. Will you complain about the decision in the future? And I was like, no. And she was like, in this case, let's fucking go. And we then created an international network of ourselves sending the CDs to Jamaica, to Tahiti, to Thailand, to China, to the US, everywhere around the world, by ourselves, going to the mail with every day 100 CDs, paying ourselves and doing that. And
big shout out to Gilena.
Shout out to Gilena. This is what, and she's today she's the CEO of Virgin Records. Okay, so
parabéns.
We did this, on our own. And
on your own terms. You've decided your own fate. You went for it, and you worked for it,
and signed at Sony. And Sony having no idea what to do with me. So after the second album, I told them, I'm out. What did they do when I said I'm out? They said, oh, you think P. Diddy? Look how we're gonna block you. Could not sign it nowhere. Everybody told me, hey, we can't sign. Radio was like, we can't do nothing for you. So went to Belgium, laid low, crossed the desert. A few friends continued to book me so I could survive as I was preparing my next move. And when my next move arrived, it was It's All Love, the album that changed everything again. And now everybody was, that's again? Oh shit, hey, brother. And I was like, brother? Not brother? I'm not with you guys anymore. You're not playing my music. Bye. You guys are not. Bye. Turns out there was a brand new television that just arrived and they had no video of quality. And Ondikwa was the only American looking video for an African artist. So Trace TV started playing it every 20 minutes. And it made the song explode as the network was expanding. The song was exploding more. Then we did a strategy to give Senegalese, to the people from Ivory Coast, to the people in Congo. We gave them the license to print however many copies they wanted. Just give them 10,000 euros and this, do your thing. We don't need reporting. We don't need to know how many cassettes you sold. just don't sell outside your country. And that's how the through piracy, my thing became huge. And I would myself give some songs. Instead of going to download, I would give songs on Kaysha.com directly, so people could download it. That's how Something Going On became huge in Portugal. That's how One Love became huge. Like, because I gave those songs, and then I could sell the albums after that. So I had an independent strategy from '98, but it really became super. Okay, I'm gonna do it my way, and I'm gonna give it to me. Starting 2001. And while you do this, everybody is waiting for you to fall. And sadly for them, you don't. And some of them that were waiting for you to fall, they start asking you for jobs now. They start asking you to sign them on your label. And you're like, what's going on? The same people that were telling you you're gonna last 6 months, they play your songs like crazy, and they tell you, yeah, I was here from day one. And you're like, bro, the North remembers. I remember. But all good. I understand. At a point, once you understand that this is your business, and every decision you take will take you to a certain place. If you want to play the game, and be where the game is and get the money from that game and not
get that bag,
then you play the game. Like when they told me, hey, for les DS, one told me, hey, they want the publishing, and you have to give this here and these there. And I was like, okay, how much are we projected to make? We projected to make $1 million if they work the way they want and they get what they want. And okay, what's my cut? We make $1 million. The cut is around $300,000, $250,000, $300,000. You have to play the game. You have to give a little bit of this here, a little bit of that there. I was like, all right, let's go, let's do it, because that's not my project, so I can do it. So it was, I was like, hey, listen, you want publishing, take publishing, and not they make everything work the way they like to do it, and we made money together. And those are decisions. And for me, it was like, okay, I can do those commercial decisions. They will support my independent decision for money. And the more I did, the more I learned, the more I understood. And, the more you start also understanding it sometimes, like they want a hit, give them a hit.
100%. Don't ship out.
Don't want to only please the people who don't spend money.